Hello everyone, my name is Cristina. I'm a Spanish girl living in London and this is my first video for my YouTube channel. I want to use the first videos of the YouTube channel to explain the reasons why I wanted to start this YouTube channel. So the first reason why I wanted to start this YouTube channel is because burnout. So when we talk about burnout, most of the people um, immediately associate burnout with the workplace and with being burnout because of work. And while I would say part of the reason I felt the burnout is because of the work and how it was managed, I would say that the burnout I felt is is a burnout at all levels. Like there were not a single aspect of my life that I was not causing me stress and emotional exhaustion. And I think that's kind of different in the worst way possible because you don't like if you are burnt out from your work but you have other areas of your life that are okay, that you can kind of release some stress, you're burnt out obviously, but you have still some tools. But in my case, everything in my life was a cause of stress, so that's what I say, I have burnout at all levels. For me, burnout, I didn't realize I had burnout until it was too late. Everything started in September 2023 when I decided to study a postgraduate certificate in Birmingham while I was working in London full time. Now um, I know some people are capable of studying full time and working part time, or vice versa, and I really admire that people. Maybe if I wouldn't have been studying the master in Birmingham, then I wouldn't have felt that burnout. At that time, I was living in the outskirts of London, so zone 6, 7, and I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to Euston and pick up train to Birmingham. During the first semester it was just once per week, but the second semester was twice per week. And it was really hard to handle full time plus the master and the demands of the master. Well, sorry, postgraduate certificate is not a master, but I will be using master for the rest of the video if that's okay with you guys. Anyway, it was not just that. Also, that year, the the teachers in the postgraduate certificate were handling kind of bad second semester classes because a lot of them were cancelled or changed, and trains are really expensive in the UK because all of them are private, and nobody returned the money because I was taking the cheaper trains, which didn't allow to return the ticket and receive the money back, and university never compensated me for that. Um, on top of that, I was self-funding the master, and self-funding also the transport to the master, and my salary were barely covering my rent plus the master cost plus the cost of living. I was my salary was, yeah, it was exactly the same amount that my life at that moment was costing me. So it was a bit hard to try to spin some plates economically when I needed some stuff at the same time that I was paying my studies to, well, have better opportunities in the future after the master, opportunities that haven't materialized. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that apart from that, I have also some stressors on my personal life that I'm not gonna go into detail now, but I was so tired of waking up that early, that the only thing that has always made me happy and kind of always helped me has been sports, and I was always too tired to make the effort to do some sports. And when I was not tired, I was depressed because the weather in the UK sucks, you know, and seasonal depression is a thing. I didn't have it at that time, but I don't know, when you are not in the best mood, you don't, even if you know that sport is gonna make you feel good, like, I don't know, it was hard to go out to do something. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that I was feeling, I wouldn't say I was feeling stressed. I was overloaded with a lot of things, and and I'm always have the mentality of I can do it, you know, or give me one day to cry and then I will stand up again the next day. And it's okay, but it's exhausting. It's really exhausting. And yeah, I was carrying all of that by myself, and so symptoms started to appear. I started to have insomnia, which I never had insomnia before. I'm the kind of person who goes to sleep at 30, 11, wake up at 7. I have not wake up one single time during the night, and wake up, jumps out of the bed and goes to run. So having insomnia and not even able to sleep was weird for me. My hair started to fall a lot. I have a wig hair, I have curly hair, it's thin, and also have some scalp problems. So my hair falls, and also my nails are quite fragile. But that it was a completely different thing. Like I was taking a shower and I could see like a big chunk of hair, and I was scared. I was really really scared. And then everything took a turn on June 2024 when I was made redundant because the company was not profitable, and I was made redundant at the time that I was working on my last assessment, my final assessment for university. And because at the time we were working remotely and I didn't have classes, I was back in my country in Spain. And that summer was a nightmare between calling the university, which never pick up the phone to say this is happening, please, what we can do, dealing with job centers and support and everything, and have to go to the UK and then come back, because even if I was not realizing I was burned out, I could rest in Spain, obviously surrounded by my family, being taken care, not having to carry everything by myself. I could feel it that I was kind of resting, but those 3 months were like a turning point. And I remember going to the doctor in Spain because I have some issues, and telling her like I'm feeling some pain on my chest, and she heard my heart, and they decided to do an analysis, and they saw that my heartbeat was not normal. Then they check it up. There was nothing extraordinary, and they just said it was a stress and anxiety, and that's actually what my mom said. But she was working in the hospital during COVID and said, it happened to me during COVID. It's just stress and anxiety. And I was like, okay, okay, I feel like I'm dying and I'm having a panic attack and anxiety, but I'm okay, should be okay. Then on September 2024, I thought that, I can finally kind of rest after I stopped my master that I haven't returned yet. It was kind of a disaster because I was supposed to be looking for jobs for 35 hours a week, but I was also needed to dedicate that hours to finish my assessment. And the two parties who needed to understand both things, they didn't understand each other, so I have to stop studying. I thought that I would feel better, but it kind of happened the contrary. When you finally stop and then you give a space to everything to come up, and that's what happened. My symptoms of burnout started to appear more and more instead of being reduced. So now I'm not only have insomnia, I have like a series of symptoms that were emotional, mental, physical, and behavioral. So I didn't want to go out much with friends. I have bruxism during the night, which never happened to me. I have stomach reflux, which also never happened to me. I was waking up with a lot of energy and motivation and excitement for, to look for a job, but then I was sitting down on the desk, and after opening LinkedIn, I was like, right, there's no job that excites me. There's nothing, and I didn't have. After scrolling down on a job board for like 3 minutes, I was already apathic and I was not feeling it. I didn't have the energy. Even during this winter months like December, January, I have seasonal depression, which never happened to me. I didn't have the energy to go out for a run. Nothing. It was everything. My hair falling, my nails. I was again more irritable. Like little things that it shouldn't bother you normally. I was more sensible, and I was jumping and angrier more easily at little things. I wanted to spend more time alone, and I was also more my immune system got weaker. I got sick more often, which is rare for me to get sick, and that just took like a peak now in September 2025. I remember coming back from holidays from Spain, and I spent the whole month with anxiety. Like I was waking up and my heart rate was already high. I have anxiety, like I was feeling in danger somehow, and like I was feeling like if at any moment I could have a heart attack or a panic attack. That's horrible. I never felt that way in my life, and it was one of the worst months. And then I don't know, at the end of September everything kind of disappeared, and I wouldn't say I'm feeling better or I'm feeling worse, but I'm taking the steps to try to feel better. Like obviously I have tried over this year to try to do things that excite me, spend some money on me, which I couldn't do it last year because I didn't have money. Try to, you know, taking care, like try to boost my energy and my nails and my hair with a bit of supplement until I feel myself better, eating good, trying to do exercise regularly, pushing me when it's bad weather to also go out, reading books, which I love it, spend a bit of money on me, buy some clothes when I need them. I'm not splurging because, but anyway, I don't have a solution on how to get out of burnout. I know what it feels. I know that it was on the cards because I tend to, and I have always tend to spin too many plates at the same time. But before, I was really lucky because I never got until this point of anxiety and stress, but not this time. And also in September, like I was feeling that, a part of feeling like at any moment I could have a heart attack. I was feeling like, I remember that a thought just came out of nowhere, and I was like, I could develop an autoimmune condition or disease because of this, not because of something is wrong because I'm a healthy person, but because of the state, emotional state, and stress and anxiety I'm having, I could develop something like that. And I'm a healthy person apart from the stress and anxiety. So that was like like a like a I don't know how to say, like a tension point in my life, and and for me, this YouTube is a way to show how to do things differently. See if something is possible. See if I can do something possible, and I find another way to work, or I have more opportunities in terms of work that are not aligned to the traditional path of work or of the job market, and that also is more aligned with what I need in terms of to not feel this stress and anxiety and burnout. So again, I don't have all the answers as to how to get out from burnout. Um, as I said, once that all the stressors disappear, my burnout didn't disappear, it got worse. Like I could finally allow myself to feel everything and all the symptoms, and it got up and worse before. Now that I would say that is going down, and it's kind of time to also reflect, because I have been doing that for the past year, but reflect deeply in I cannot I cannot give another opportunity for to this situation to happen. I cannot reach again a situation like the one I put myself in the past, because I will end up like this. So yeah, okay, so this is the end of the video. I'm not really sure if it is clear why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, or how burnout has been a decisive part of starting this YouTube journey. But I hope so. I hope it was understood. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, and thank you for listening until here. Ciao ciao.